Hello and welcome back to the Banner Saga. The tutorial is still going on for some reason. This Trickby, who we don't really know who he is. Luden is still here. Everybody's still here. Holy shit. Okay. I guess we'd want to upgrade some. A lad I kind of want to upgrade. Oh, choose abilities. Oh, new abilities. Okay. Alright. That's interesting. Alright. So she's level 7 now. That means she can get better items. There we go. Let's see. One Eva there, one Ivan there. Can Juno fight? Juno cannot fight. Oh well. Oh well. Two men approach while no one else is around. One is wearing a wolf cloak and missing a hand. The other is god with crazed hair, shoved into a helmet. Finally, a moment alone with my new leader. Is there something you need? Seems I should be asking you that. I'm Ruka, the governor of the governor of Borsgard. Oh, it's good to meet you. I'm glad you feel that way. I've been watching you command from a distance. Not bad so far. The guard nods his agreement but says nothing. Thank you. You've never been to Aberdoing before, right? I never left Saga before all this. A pretty girl rarely needs to live in a village. I'm sure men were already offering to provide for you. But I'm from Aberdoing. It's different than anything you can imagine. Different how? It's the seat of power. Twice as many people as Borsgard, all clawing to get closer to the king. It's a sight, but it'll probably scare you. Why did you leave? Honestly, there was a better chance for power somewhere else. Borsgard needs a strong governor. And now? Now that's all gone and I see you, fresh meat heading towards the bear's cave. You might become a better leader than anyone before you, but no one here besides me knows you need to survive in Aberdoing. I won't be leading after we get there. Guessing the future can get you into trouble. Rugged scratches the scar around his throat. Becoming governor required boldness. You'll need a man like me to teach you. He smiles and with emotion he and his guard depart. The fuck? Okay. So he wants my power, I'm guessing. Ahead, driftwood has collected, creating an impressive barrier for the longships. Alternatively, going ashore has its own risk from whatever might be lurking in the trees. Bank the ships and settle now. Prepare for portage, we'll carry the ships around. The ships groan as they hoist onto shoulders and march across land. Navigating through the riverside brush takes time, but our own pulls through unscathed. As the ships push off once again, dredge appear on the bank. A silent reminder of their constant threat. We might make it down this river to the capital without any more trouble. Look at you, look at Eva, surprised by his optimism. And I might sprout wings and start flying. Will that make up for your missing arms? Hey, I get to make jokes about my losing my arm, not you. I suppose that's fair. So, what are you worried about now? I think you should make use of this trainer and his Ted that we haul around everywhere. You can't hesitate anymore when it comes to killing others. Not when it comes to protecting your own. Let's bank the ships and make sure you're ready by challenging your skills. Yeah, Ivan's here. Watch for a moment as Ivan, Juno's apprentice, Amanda found nearly dead at Richhorn, moves his staff in a complex pattern, repairing some armor. Not a bad festival trick, right? Care to give it a try? Mending? Me? Ha! I think I said exactly the same thing the first time Amanda asked me to try. I thought you had to be born under a blood moon or be from a certain clan. It certainly helps if you suckled from a she-wolf as a babe. Ivan smiles. Anyone can be a mender, but the training can be difficult. Oops, sorry. You've already completed many of the lessons. Tending to wounds, endurance trials, focus amid distractions. Comes naturally to you. Then what would I have to do if I said yes? You'd have to practice day and night. Ivan looks up to the unmoving sun. You'd have to practice quite a bit. It wouldn't be easy. Might not even be popular with the clansmen. They're a little skittish around Juno and me. Well, I'm making it sound that great. I've never been much of a recruiter, but mending has its advantages, both on and off the battlefield. Like using lightning to bring down an ancient wall bridge. Ivan grins and picks up the armor. Hopefully not. Anyway, Malido, we'll talk about it again. I've got to check on the fighter who was wearing this. Alright. I don't wanna! Well, come on in and let's have a look at you, Sven the trainer says. It's a quick assessment. He says, yup, looks like you can stand to learn a few things. Got 5 challenges for you. If you can finish them all before we get to Abaddon, well, I'll let everyone know you've impressed me. Ha! Sven's laugh is full of flame. Let's start with a few of the basics. You think about what he's saying. I feel up for a challenge? Sure, why not? Then we begin. Oh shit. Sven is fucking gonna help us. Click on an object and see people. Oh, shield wall. Is that a shield wall? I guess that's the shield wall. Kill an enemy using puncture. Who has puncture? What is puncture? If your archer is stationed and the enemy's armor is damaged, kill him. Is that puncture? I think that was puncture. You've completed your training objectives. Yay! Yay! I really don't give a shit. Okay. I'm not here for achievements. Let's upgrade Odd Life. Odd Life, my good girl. Hey, there's a good woman. Okay. Bracing at the right time can ruin an enemy's plans to weaken you. Armor works better when you get it back where it belongs. Ooh. Exploit. That is cool. I like that. Me likey. Okay, I want Tempest on him next time we get the ability to do so. Definitely want Tempest. That's a good ability to have for your big units. Classman forage +7. You look at all the food freshly packed in the supply carts. What's this all about, you ask Godlife. Classmates are trying to help as much as possible now, she says. Whenever they can, they'll forage for nuts and berries or fish and not hunt. She hands you a piece of fruit. They may not know how to fight, but they keep us alive by keeping us fed. Yay! Awesome, people! That does make a lot more sense than desperate looking lot of adults and Vals down the showdown, booming you down. Probably look similar going anywhere with Eva. They look hungry, but can they be trusted? Slow the boats and ask their needs. The basics, the Val says. Food, safety, trade routes are empty. The 24 humans have looked like they've seen battle. Come aboard, you'll have food and safety. Everyone carefully files onto a couple of the last burning ships and starts eating. Clip, the Val says, which you take as his name and as his appreciation. That's kind of like Saga. That's a very simple situation. Shouts from one of your longships grab your own attention. The quick construction is proving faulty and the ship is taking on water fast. With dredge on the bank and all the other ships almost capacity, consider your options. Ask the shipwrights. We'll need to get her out of the water, says one. Nonsense, just block the hole with some cloth and turf for now, says another. As they argue, clansmen begin jumping from the sinking vessels, grabbing for ropes and extended doors. Most make it about other ships, but not all. No! That sucks. A crowd begins to cheer for one of the rolling ships as a man struggles with his fishing net. As his catch nears the surface, some voice concerns. You're close enough to make it out a large shape and what looks like fur or hair in the net. Keep watching as the man hauls it out. Bear cub, shouts the man with the net. Long dead, what's it mean? Suggestions flow across the ships like a gale. Talk of plague and famine makes eyes go wide. You notice Bolvik at the bow of his ship, staring at the cub and brooding more than usual. He doesn't like bears dying. Smoke from the village catches everyone's attention and the longship begins to slip slow. And now these scraps of wood we're floating on can hold many more, Eva says. You feel the governor's gaze on you and he slowly shakes his head. We'll help as many as we can. When the ships land, you and a few others rush towards the smoke. The closer you get, the stranger the situation. There's no sounds of battle or people panicking to put out fires. Keep going, Bulwark growls. We'll see what the dead are carrying. The Val's comment defies tradition, but so do many things about him. Alright. A barn is the only thing burning. No one is around. Unusual, I'd say some kind of trick. Maybe that fire traps someone else. Well, look. While everyone looks for buckets and water, some Val carry a full yacht through to douse the barn. The door and front wall of soon smoke and charred remains easily kicked open. Unfortunately, there is nothing of note inside. You slowly trudge back to the ships and find Rooker pacing. We were ambushed by some bandits while you were away, he says. We took off in a ship with supplies, so it will be even more crowded now. Makes me think we shouldn't be helping anyone but ourselves from now on. God damn it. And Rooker didn't stop them? Large clump of hazelnut trees looks like a good place for clansmen to stretch their legs and gather supplies. Once on land, the children laugh while kicking around leather-wrapped balls of rags. You notice a Val on the edge of the clearing, silently staring into the woods. He's watching a lone dredge grunt like a stalk a squirrel. Might be 100 of them in the woods. The Val's whisper is still loud enough to scare the squirrel and let the grunt. It looks at you and the Val before slowly backing up. Get the entire caravan back on the ships. To the ships, you shout. The grunt flees into the woods. Without question, the caravan retreats, quickly loading back onto the boats and pushing out into the woods with only a few bags of collected nuts. Everyone just watches the shoreline in silence, but no sign of the dredge force is spotted. Some complain about running from a single dredge, but most just stay quiet and vigilant.
Carved rock on a vacant island. Azalai's godstone almost looks lonely.
They did give her a voice actor. She's even more beautiful than the songs say. Clansmen and Val are admiring the godstone when you notice someone missing. Spolvek and his ravens, Halio says. They look rather upset by my music and all the singing. He shrugs. If they'd rather hire around that large cart instead of joining us, I won't take it personally. But come closer. Let me introduce you to Tassile, the god of streaming waters. She's the curves of every river, a guide for those of us traveling on familiar lands. The scout runs a finger over small edges of stone. Inscriptions from all those who were lost but found a way back home with her help. Listen to more Valio's tale. Some say her stone shows the struggle of leaving the familiar to watch over the next hell. Valio looks at the ropes tied around the paws of her and smiles. Before the gods died, her stone supposedly stood tall and moved a few steps each year. Some people are always trying to make sure she stays put. Valio looks at you, grinning. Have you the strength to hold her, or a gift with which to entice her? Stronger ropes. You wrap her hands around one of the larger ropes and begin to pull. He feels as pointless as expected, and as Slay Scott doesn't budge. Suddenly you're joined by Hakan and Eva, who lend their great strength. Others quickly join until the rope snaps and everyone spalls into a laughing heap. You return to where the clansmen have set up camp and see someone, a woman in torn robes, slip from your tent. She blends in with the other families and, after making sure nothing is amiss in your tent, you let it go. Hey! The Val look deep in conversation, but Eva catches your eye and waves you over. So they've all armed themselves and are running from something, but what? Harkens to becoming a dredge scholar, trying to understand the motivation of her enemy. It's just strange I've never seen the women fight until recently. Good thing too, we might have lost the Great Wars. You think about what to say. Juno says there's a darkness coming. But what Valkas say and mean and all is the same. They speak in riddles and prophecy. Still, it might explain why the dredge are everywhere, like someone kicked an anthill. Maybe whatever's coming hit them first. Or maybe it's just a new tactic for a new war. If they learn to crack the ground and call a giant serpent, then they were all dead and just don't know it yet. Has anyone ever talked to Dredge? Both all look at each other. There are rumors that someone tried and been killed in the process. A lot of nonsense. Scald tales about the sound of a Dredge's voice making your skin fall off. There's been no communication with the enemy? Is that normal? We were too busy killing to worry about a fireside chat. Besides, they only ever make warbling sounds. As if anyone has talked to them, it'd be the Valka. But good luck getting them to give you a straight answer. What happened back then? A great deal of killing on both sides. Imagine waking up to the dredge attacks every night. Back then the sun actually set. You'd wake up to a sound and see nothing but glowing eyes around you. Ingvar probably told you we never got close to pushing them back to the depths they call home. Actually, Eva has never said much about the past. Oh? Eva says nothing, just holds Hakon's stare. Well, he's probably got more stories than you could hear in a short lifetime. I'll leave you two to figuring out the big issues. You should know the clansmen have been talking about us killing women and children, dredge or not. It's not sitting well with everyone, which is probably the way it should be. I say if it's us or them, we make sure we're still standing. I'm bothered more by your decision to destroy Einotov's ridge. Let it go, Hakon. It was the best decision at the time. To collapse a bridge that cost thousands of our lives to build. If it weren't for your damn horns, Ingvar, I'd swear you were an overgrown human. The two giants begin trading insults and you step away, letting it vent. If you weren't for your the bridge has been there for thousands of years. Okay. We'll just rest our heroes. Alright. Thank you guys for watching this episode of Iron Place. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you join next time for more shenanigans. Banner Saga is turning out to be just as good as Banner Saga 1. Actually, it feels more like an expansion pack at this point. But I'm sure like the story is probably twice as long since like they had way more resources to make this one than they had the first one. Banner Saga 1 was a giant hit, if I remember. A quiet but giant hit. Quiet enough that most people have actually kind of forgotten the game exists. Which is a shame. But I remember it being kind of a hit. I remember everyone talking about it at the time. I'll see you guys next time. Until then. Bye!